What is your favorite theory or thought experiment? Now, see, I like this question, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. I asked to change it up, actually. I want to change it so it's kind of a psychological observation instead of a theory or a thought experiment, because there's one thing that's been on my mind for a really long time here, and it's something called the Dunning-Kruger Effect. And I don't have a whole lot of opportunities to talk about that, so here we go. Now, if you don't know what the Dunning-Kruger effect is, it's essentially a gauging of the confidence of a person based on how much knowledge they have of a particular subject. Here's a graph to show you what I mean. The vertical line represents the amount of confidence somebody has in their knowledge on a subject, while the horizontal line represents the amount of knowledge that a person actually has. Of course, at the very left of the graph, it's all sitting at straight zero of I have no knowledge and I have no confidence in what I'm doing. Now, you'll notice very early on in the graph, it suddenly spikes all the way to 100%. This is basically somebody who's saying, oh yeah, I know everything there is about this subject. Oh, golly gee, ask me any questions you got about it. I've got plenty of answers. But then, as we hit the peak of the graph, as we continue to gain more knowledge in the field, we slowly start to get further and further and further down in the confidence level. Eventually, you hit this little pit of despair, which is essentially you realizing, oh shoot, I don't know anything about this subject. Whoopsies. But then, as you slowly start to gain more and more knowledge in the field from this point, you start to become more of an expert in the field. At this point in the graph, your confidence is basically at a level of, oh yeah, I know quite a bit about that subject, but oh boy, there's a lot of stuff involved with it. It's pretty complicated. Even I don't really know everything about it. And you'll notice that your confidence never hits those all-time highs that you hit at the very beginning when you first started researching into it. I feel like teaching people about the Dunning-Kruger effect is a really important thing because in the age of the internet where people are so used to just making split decisions out of nowhere and you absolutely have to have an opinion about a subject, right now, make a post right now, you better have an opinion, otherwise we're gonna shun you, go, do it right now! I think it's important to remind people that no, you don't need to have an opinion right now, especially if you don't have all of the information.
Do some research.
And you would be surprised at what you'd find. So I'm gonna issue you guys a challenge today. If you have some time, go and do a little bit of research on a subject that you feel like you have a heck of a lot of knowledge in. You might be surprised.